Hey guys, welcome back to our channel Accounts Gurukul. Learn accounting online. So today we are here with a new video in which we are going to learn about the Excel skill. Now, whatever we have the videos, in that video we discuss about the related to accounting and finance. And now we will, in addition to that, we have to add the Excel skill as well because being accounting and finance, if you want to do the career into that, then the Excel skill also is going to be helpful for us to grow into accounting and finance. Lot of data we used to pull out from the systems, and on that data we have to work in Excel. So considering that, it's going to be added benefit for us to make our career into accounting and finance. And two, it's going to be give the added advantage whenever you go for give the interview into this field. Then interviewer is going to ask or test your Excel skill. So considering that, now we are going to discuss about the Excel skills what we require to being accountant. And related to that, we are going to discuss that formulas, and we'll do the practical examples in Excel as well. So on a real time, you are able to know that how to use the Excel formulas. So in this video, and in every video we will take two or three formulas, so it's going to be give a benefit for you to do the practice for that as well. So in this video we are going to discuss about that the length and trim and concatenate formulas. So related to that, the Excel functions useful for finance professionals. Length, that's the length, and trim and concatenate, that formulas we are going to discuss. Uses with practical example in Excel. So we are going to take the example in Excel as well, and based on that we'll see how the formula is going to work, and we'll discuss what is importance of these formulas, why the formula is essential to know, and when we are able to use that. So that also we are going to discuss. So request viewers to watch the video till the end, like the video, share the video, subscribe our channel, and tap the bell icon to get the future video notification. So here we are, Excel functions useful for finance professionals. That's length and trim and concatenate. Every financial analyst spends more time in Excel than they may care to admit. So either you are going to admit or not, but to be honest, most of the time we spend in Excel. So every work what we do, that's we do into the Excels. Whenever there is a reporting, if we if you have to play with the numbers or do the analysis, we have to use the Excel. That's a spreadsheet. So either you agree or not agreed, but I can say that more than 75% we spend our time with Excel. And the the person who is doing the actual data entry, for him, he used to do the data entry in our accounting software. But other than that, the reporting team, that's R2R, or the finance managers, or the senior team of the finance, they used to play that numbers into the Excel. So considering that, it's essential for you to know that what's the Excel skill you have to understand, and you have to learn how to use that. And based on the years and years of experience, so whatever we have the experience, that as per that experience we are going to try to cover the basic, most important, and advanced Excel formulas that every world-class financial analyst must know, and will cover three formulas in one video with practical example in Excel. So whatever we have the experience, so based on that experience and the day when we are using the formulas into the Excel, so based on that we are going to cover most of the Excel formulas through these videos, and we'll try to keep it minimal formulas. That's three formulas in each video with practical example, so it's going to be useful for you to understand, do the practice and use that formula into your day-to-day work. And if you have any query related to any formulas, or you want to use that and you are not able to know how to use, you can put it into the comment. We'll take that formula for our next video. Length and trim and concatenate. So these three formulas we are going to discuss in this video. The length trim, that the formula is the len in bracket text bracket close and trim in bracket text and bracket close. So that's the formula for length and trim. The above formulas are a little less common because we are not used that much these formulas, but certainly very sophisticated ones. These formulas are very sophisticated ones, and it's going to be used in all our working and whatever we are doing into the Excels, and how and where, that also we are going to discuss. They are great for financial analysts who need to organize and manipulate large amounts of data. Unfortunately, the data we get is not always perfectly organized, and sometimes there can be issues like extra space at the beginning or end of sales. So this length and trim formula is not that much common, but it's going to be huge for our working. And being the analyst, it's essential for us, and it's not only related to the analyst, but when you are doing the lot of data analysis and preparing any data, and when you are going to use the true data, that time the all these formulas are going to work. The length formula returns a given text string as the number of characters. So what is the use of this length formula? To know that how much is the characters in that particular field, and which is useful when you want to count how many characters there in some text. That's also we are going to discuss when we are going to do the real practice in the Excels, where we have to use this formula and how we can use this. In the example with Excel, we will see how the trim formulas clean up the Excel data. So from the Excels, we'll see how the length and trim formula is used and what is the importance and where we can able to use that. So here we are. So length formula, the formula is len in bracket text bracket close. The formula is very simple, but we haven't, or that much not common to use. So you see here we have captured the one bank uploader file, and this is the one just examples. So in the bank uploader files, there are certain restriction in the length. So debit account number should be exactly 12 digits. So here the restriction is that the how many digits is required for your debit account number. Beneficiary account number, the max length for other bank is 34 characters alphanumeric, and for ICICI Bank 12 digit numbers are required. And if it's more than that, your uploader file is going to generate But when you are going to upload that file for at a bank portal, then it's going to throw the error. So to avoid that, it's essential we have to find out and to validate either these numbers is restricted or less than or equal to what bank asked to us. Similarly, for beneficiary name as well, the length is 32 characters. The amount is not greater than 15 digit. The remarks column is not more than 21 characters, and remarks for beneficiary is not more than 30 characters. So now we have to identify that what is the characters in this particular account number. So if we don't know the length formula, then how we are going to do this? So we have to count like this. So here we can see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So now we have to use such kind of method to know that how to identify how much is the length of these characters into this field. So to avoid that, we have to use the length formula. And how we are going to use that? So this length, LEN bracket, this is the characters and the bracket close. So the formula is, okay, so here you have to use the length formula. So that's the length, and here the bracket close. So this is 12 digit or 12 characters are there. Now if you see here, this is for 13 characters, and the same, this is for 11, this is for 11, and now rest is 12 digit. And the condition is that the debit number should be exactly 12 digits. So now here if you see, it's going to be show as a 13 digit, and this is a less than 1, that's a 11 digit. So now we have to do the corrections in this data. So we know why the error is coming at the bank and why file is got rejected from the bank, because the debit account number should be exactly 12 digit, but the length of that is more than 12. Then we have to do the validation of this with the exact what we have the debit account numbers, and there might be the extra zero or whatever reasons for that we have to identify, and we have to update the correct bank account number. So it's going to give the exact 12 digits, and there might be here we are just taking examples on assumptions the 10 is missing, and in this as well 10 is missing. So now if you see, all the digits are same what we require. Similarly, for beneficiary account numbers as well, we need, it's a 12 digits. So here as well we have to see from this formula. So where is the issue? So now if you see here, it's coming, it's a 13 digits, and for this it's coming 13 digits. So there might be 10 we are assuming extra in this account number. So by this way, you can able to use the length formula whenever you want to see such kind of restrictions in characters. So for that, it's good for you to know how to use the length formula. Other than that, related to wherever you have the specific numbers in that data, giving example of PAN number. So PAN is going to be 10 digits. So now if it's more than that, then the error is going to be show when we are filing the ETDS returns. So there you have option to use this formula. So in wherever you have the characters as a restrictions, for that you can use the length formula. Now coming back to the next, that's a trim formula. So the trim formula, why we have to use and how we have to use, That's very essential, and it's going to be used for all accounting and finance team. So when we are using the VLOOKUP, or when we have to find out through the VLOOKUP and take the same amount for that particular service provider, or there is some key point, and in these two data we have the service provider as a key point, and based on that data we can able to use the VLOOKUP to take this entire amount here. So if you have the huge number of data in another file and you have to take the specific service providers, and against that if you have to identify how much is the amount for these service providers, so how you are going to do that? So you have to use the VLOOKUP for that. So now if you are using the VLOOKUP, the condition for VLOOKUP, that's also we are going to cover into our upcoming videos. So for VLOOKUP, the data should be the same on which you are using the key point, taking into consideration of that data which you are using the VLOOKUP. And if you see here, that's VLOOKUP. This is the service provider, then it's true, false, bracket close. Okay, then the same, you have to drag the formula till the end. So now if you see, the amount is captured here for only this data, but there is some error is here. So now if you see here, the accounts Gurukul is named, and for here as well you have the same name, that's accounts Gurukul, but the formula is not working. Similarly for all these service providers, this formula is not working, and here all the service providers names is available and we can able to see as well. So this is the taking example, and we have captured all the data in one Excel sheets. But when you have the two Excel sheets and you are using the VLOOKUP, then you have to identify through this formula wherever you are seeing the errors. Now the amount is not coming here even though we have used the proper formula. Then what is the reason for that? Because there is some extra space is in service provider's name, and here the exact names are there, there are no any space, but here there is a space in this data. And then how you are able to know that? So the accounts Gurukul, the space is at this side, so you are able to know that there is something is in this name. But now this is related to Sant Private Limited, Siddh Ved Limited, Angel Private Limited, and Santosh Private Limited. So here you are not able to identify what is the reasons for this. So in this case, these cases we have to use the trim formula to remove that extra space from that word. So how we have to do that? So now it's a trim bracket, and you have to use this formula. And similarly for all we are using, even though it's not applicable for these, and you have to do the special for the same. Now you see that the all numbers, that's amount, is coming through our formula, that's through the VLOOKUP. So what was the reasons for that? The reasons is that if you see, the extra space is there. So if you see in this, the extra space is there for Angels, extra space is there for Santosh Private Limited, extra space is there. So through this formula we are able to remove these extra space from the word, and we are able to use our formulas. So this is the use of trim. Now coming back to the next, that's concatenate. So this formula is not really a function on its own. It's just an innovative way of joining information from different cells and making worksheets more dynamic. This is a very powerful tool for financial analysts performing financial modeling. In the example with Excel, we can see how the concatenate formula works. So from here, you can see how this formula is going to be work. So this is the formula you have to use. And now if you see in these examples, the service providers are there. That's Accounts Gurukul from India, Urshi LLP from India, GSP Private Limited from UK. So these are all service providers from different locations. And here we have the service provider which is a combined, that's Accounts Gurukul India, Urshi LLP India, GSP Private Limited UK. So this service provider is combined with the locations, and in the another data we have the service provider is different and location is different, and this is a huge data, and we have to use the VLOOKUP and we have to find out against this service provider how much is amount we have paid. So now the data what we have, it's a different, that's related to the service provider and locations. And here the data, that amount what we have paid, that service provider's name is available with the location and service provider name. Now we have to use this formula to add this service provider and locations. And how we have to do that? And because of this formula is going to be work. So now how we have to use this formula? Concatenate bracket, you have to use Accounts Gurukul, comma, we have to use the sum space bracket space again, then you have to use this, that's India bracket close. So it's Accounts Gurukul India, Urshi LLP India, GSP Private Limited UK. So same, you can choose the copy paste now for rest of the all lines. So here you are able to see how we use this formula, and we have clubbed these two different columns into one column. And now do the special is here. So now you have the service provider with locations, and then you are able to use the VLOOKUP formula to find out how much is amount we have paid to the service provider. It's going to be used the huge formulas into the Excels, that Excels with speed, and to know how to use these formulas and what is going to be added benefit for us being a finance professions. So considering that, it's essential to know how to use this formula, and why we are taking the real example from the Excels, and why we are explaining that where you can use and how you can use. So that's going to be give the advantage to you to know that why this formula is going to work for you and what you are using in a day to day. And when you are using, if you are facing any issues, then how you can able to use the formula to speed your work and to know where you have to use it. So considering that, we are trying to uh, create more videos on these Excel formulas, because it's going to be give the help for everyone to know these formulas and how to use that. And we'll we'll take 3 formulas in each sessions and we'll do the practical example, and based on that we'll see how this formula is going to work and what is the benefit of this formula. So these 3 formulas from this video, so we have learned from this video the Excel functions useful for finance professionals, that's the length, trim and concatenate. So thanks for watching the video till the end. Request viewers to like the video, share the video and subscribe our channel and tap the bell icon to get the future video notifications. And request viewers, if you are using any formula and facing any challenges in that, and if you want to use any specific logic for your data, then if any formulas are there for that, so put it into comment, we'll work on that and we'll try to provide you the solutions for that. So thanks for watching the video.